Hi class, this is Jacob Rule, your instructor for IST 609. In this video, I am going to talk about the requirements for the class. There are 5 requirements. There are 2 book reports. There's a complete IT strategy presentation. And there's online discussion. There's a weekly technology report. Finally, there's the final. There are 5 requirements: book report, complete strategy report, online discussion, technology report, and final. Each are 25%. Let me go into a little more details about the book report. There are going to be 2 book reports. And by the way, this video goes with page 7 and toward the middle part of the PowerPoint presentation and posted. The first book report is IT Savvy. This is a book for IT leaders to understand how IT strategy is formed and how does that work. And second book report is IT Leaders Adventures. This book is a fascinating book. I discovered that a few years ago. I read it and it was just fascinating. It's in a novel format, but it's talking about how a non-IT leader, as a CFO, who in a crisis situation, took over the reign of IT leader and become an IT leader, and the lessons he learned. So this is why I said in the last video that you never thought where you're going to end your career with. You may think that I'm an accountant, I'm a CFO, I'm a business strategist. I don't even have anything to do with IT. After you read the book, you will think differently. So the assignment details will be given eventually, but I want to talk about how this work is done, because I want you to do this as a group. I want you to create a video or a PowerPoint presentation that connectively through collaboration virtually. And in doing that, you need to form your groups, and you need to find ways to communicate, to collaborate in your group space or some other forms of media you choose to communicate. And your submission requirements are very specific and I already posted in week 1 modules, module 1 of your content in Blackboard. Specific to the group, if you go into Blackboard in the group section of the Blackboard, I've already created 8 groups. In each group, I've already enrolled 4 to 5 members. That's your group. Your group is predefined. You have no choice, and you have to work with the group and get work done. The way to work together is within the group. There's functions such as collaborator or discussion forum. You can use the discussion forum to communicate and to collaborate. However, I found many students didn't like the way that Blackboard is constructed. They would like to communicate with something else of their choosing. The reason is, a year ago I taught the same class and I set up this group and I thought it was wonderful and asked everybody to communicate within the group. You know what? A few people did it. And I came to the class and I yelled at them and mad at them that you guys are not contributing, not doing the work. And one of them was brave enough, so stood up and said, "Oh, doctor, no, Jake is not. We were doing this. We were outside of the class and we're using WhatsApp." So I would, I will let you. I'll give you the freedom to choose whatever the collaboration functions you choose. But in the group, if you go into the group, you should be able to find your group membership and start to connect with each other. Even though your first IT service book report is due 2nd week, because I'm the facilitator for the first week. I'm going to introduce you to the assignment so that you can start work on that. So details are in the module 1 section of the Blackboard. Now, the complete IT strategy presentation, you need to choose a company. You can choose a Fortune 500 company, big company, middle company, small companies, doesn't matter. You need to report its 10-year IT strategies and the best you can, because you cannot necessarily find all the data. I am going to choose Starbucks. The reason is that I used it and I like it, and I know I can find data. So you can choose any other company rather than Starbucks, and I would present that at some point to you how I do my do my report based on the data I can find. I think if you choose a Fortune 500 company, you should be able to find data on the internet. Using the principles and framework you learn from the best practices from the book, from this class, we got several books. The IT Savvy book, IT Savvy book, and IT Strategy book give you two different type of framework to do the same thing, to analyze strategies and create strategies. And from your reading discussions, you shouldn't be able to have enough to present. And then in the report, in the presentation, IT strategies presentation, I want you to talk about what the company is and why do they have such a strategy, and are these strategies successful? I'm talking about results of the strategy. Like I said, Starbucks did it. Turned itself around by using one simple strategy to provide Wi-Fi for its customers. And that was really aligned with their mission of customer-driven service company. And also, any changes along the way. So strategies doesn't necessarily work from get-go. You need modifications to change it along the way during the 10 years. And then lastly, what you think about it. And if you were the CIO of that company, would you do the same strategy? In other words, would you make any changes? Why and why not? And then the third requirement is online forum. It's straightforward. Weekly discussions is going to be posted, and content reference will be from the book of the IT strategies book. You should be able to you should read the chapters of the book. We also posted the PowerPoint for each of the chapters within each module, and the PowerPoint slides are in no way substitution for reading the chapters. You need to have the book and read the book. In your discussion, we want you to be thoughtful. I want you to be data-driven, not just a judgment. And then we wanted to post the 3 paragraphs minimum for your own posts. The reason is you need to. I want you with the best practice, or I want to suggest is you want to post one to test water in the beginning of the week, and as you read more, you may have thoughts to post a second and the third in the end, so to wrap up or to start a new thread, so that you can fully engage yourself. And also, I want you to reply to at least 2 of the other threads, so the posts from other people, so that we make sure make sure we know that you are learning, you're reading, you're doing your interactions. The weekly technology report is somewhat new to this class. In the past, we have used IT as a tool, for example, calculating a very complex spreadsheet on numbers and efficiencies of some sort. But in this class, we decided we want to do technology report. Sam and I have some ideas about that, examples. The first one that I posted was, I want you to do research on Uber and see how technology affect help Uber to achieve its success. And the requirements will be posted, and how it's submitted it's just submitted within the module 1 system. Once where you download the file to see the details, you can upload your assignments, and then that's not that complex. Lastly, the final will be open book. The reason is that we like I said in the first video, you don't need to worry about details, but I do want you to think about IT as a strategy, as an enabler of transformation of companies and societies, and details will be given before the final and when time comes. Okay. Now we wrap up the portion of the class, the introduction to the requirements of the class. And again, my name is Jake Drew, and I want to thank you for the opportunities to to see you online. Thank you very much.